has been a while since I've done this. That being said, welcome back to the writing vlogs. I honestly think the reason, sorry if my heater is gonna make noise in the background, I honestly think the reason I haven't been filming is just because for the past few months, for the most part, I've just been preparing for Once Upon a Crown, which is the third book in the Twisted Crown trilogy, to, you know, get published. So it's not really like I have been writing, and since the main point of my content is writing, when I'm not writing, not only do I feel completely out of my routine, but I also don't really know what to film. I don't really have that much to film, if that makes sense. But now it is time to get back into it. There's a lot to update you on, but Once Upon a Crown is coming out in less than a week. Obviously very excited. It's the final book in the Twisted Crown trilogy, and I think it's honestly my favorite book that I've written so far, so I'm really excited and hyped about this one. There's so much. I can't tell you obviously because I can't spoil it, but yeah, really looking forward to having that book out in the world. And then, I mean, that's kind of like the end of an era. It's the end of that trilogy, and that means I need to start something new. So I have been working on a new project, which at this point I feel like all that I can really say is that it's a young adult high fantasy series that I want to write. I haven't actually started drafting yet. I've just been kind of planning. So I think one of the things that I really struggled with, well, that just took up a lot of time when I was drafting the 3 books from the Twisted Crown trilogy, was because I didn't have the series planned out from the start. There was a lot of stuff, like I just created plot holes for myself, or I really struggled with the world building because I didn't have a clear picture of the world either. So what I decided from the get-go with the series is that I was going to approach the whole thing a little bit differently, and I was going to put a lot of time and effort into planning the series and having all of the details figured out before I actually started drafting, because I feel like it was just going to save me so much time and effort in the drafting process. It's been the publication of book 3 and the marketing, which I haven't really been able to focus on or just put any effort into, which I obviously want to try and work on, but at the same time I just really want to get properly started and drafting on this new series, because I think the planning for it especially just got me really excited about, you know, writing about a new world and new characters, and I think just challenging myself as an author to not only obviously improve on my writing, but just to write something different and something new. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to that. Things first, we need to get through the publication of book 3, because obviously that's still very important to me. I figured for the next few days we can also just work a little bit on the planning for the next series, which I think I'm gonna for now just call Project Starlight, to have like something to refer to. I need to make myself a new cup of coffee because this one is nearly finished, and I'm pretty sure that it's also cold. So we will make some coffee and then we can get started on my new fantasy series. I hate that they're doing construction so close to our house. Anyways, I've made my second cup of coffee, and I think a good place to start would be to just print out the things that I have planned out already. Oh, it's been a while since I've worn these. I forgot how like big they are. Just so in your face. Anyway, they're super comfortable though, which is why I'm wearing them today, because winter is here. She's not messing around. It's really cold, and I hate being cold and uncomfortable. So we are going for the cozy vibes until I have to leave for work, which is in an hour. I have exactly 1 hour, so we need to make the most of this hour. Like I was saying, I think I'm going to print out the things that I do have, so because I'm a visual person, I need to see it in front of me, and then I kind of want to start, you know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know about our little sticky note outline wall, and if you're new here, you will see what I'm talking about. Outlined Act 1, and I obviously want to finish the outline for book 1 before I get started on the synopsis for book 2. And then I also want to do a couple of other things with regards to the planning of book 1. Like, I am going into this fully prepared, or at least as prepared as I think possible. Obviously, the story is going to develop on its own as well, which I think is one of the cool things about writing, is how your story can develop and sort of write itself in a sense. At the same time, I do want to know where I'm going with it, and I think it's just good to have something to like keep track of your progress and all the information that you've put in the book, especially with high fantasy worlds where there's so many things to remember about the history and the rules and the magic and just all of the systems within the world. And like, obviously I don't want to make mistakes, and it's just easier to go back to my planning and see like, oh, this is what I said about this place or this thing, instead of trying to scroll through the entire manuscript and figure out what I said about it, which I have done too many times in the past. I've learned my lesson. So I think let's print those things, and then we'll take it from there. Got our list of main character names, at least for the first book. This will probably get longer as some side characters and things get added to the story, but this is what I have for now, so we can always just add to that. I think we've got most of the important ones down, and then I have the character sheets for my 2 main characters. I do think that maybe it would be a good idea to create some character sheets for some of the other more important side characters as well. I don't think I'll do one for every character, obviously, but just to have that little bit of depth and something to refer back to, which is good. And then we've got our like world building, history of the kingdom, yeah, basically just everything with regards to the world the story takes place in. And then I have the synopsis of book 1. I think this is the longest synopsis I've ever written for a book, because it's 3 pages long. So yeah, I'm gonna use this to help me outline Act 2 and 3, but I think my original plan was to put it up on the wall in front of my desk so I can just see everything, but now that I'm looking at all these pages, I feel like it may be a bit too much, so we might need to get a folder for this, like just a separate folder that we can come back to every time. But I still think I'm gonna do the little outline sticky notes, because they are just, I personally find them very, very helpful. So I'm gonna get started with that, and then I have to go make lunch because it is almost time for me to leave for work, which not really looking forward to, mostly just because it's cold. I don't like going out of the house when it's this cold. I just want to stay inside all day and read. I haven't been reading lately. It's kind of sad, not gonna lie. I need to get back into my reading game. Also, we got a new, wait, let me take this pillow off. We got a new desk chair, which you can't really see, but it's just this old wooden desk chair that my mom got. And I think it goes quite well with my vintage or antique desk. Also, other thing that I want to show you, wait, let me just go get it. Look what arrived in the mail the other day. I think it was on Friday, yeah, so almost a week ago, but this week has just been a little bit insane. I haven't even taken pictures with them or really posted the cover, I mean the physical copies at all, but how exciting. I have my physical copies of Once Upon a Crown. Doesn't she look just, yeah, this is insane to think about. I mean, you'd think I'd be used to this by now, but I feel like every time I see my book, like one of my books in print for the first time, I'm just like, wow, like I wrote this. This is a lot of words. This is more than 100,000 words. This is the longest book I've written. It's 300 and 87 pages, which obviously for a fantasy or even a romantasy, not that long. But for me, she's the biggest one I've done so far, and yeah, I'm just really happy with how it turned out. So cute, so exciting. So now I have my entire trilogy on display on the bookshelf, which is pretty cool. So we still need to do some marketing pictures for this, or like pictures for social media, because I mean, you have to. Yeah, exciting. Book 3 in less than a week, guys. Less than a week. It's just a couple of days, and then I will be a 3-time published author, which is insane to think of. Good morning, guys, and happy release day to Once Upon a Crown. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, the whole trilogy is actually published and out there for the whole world to read, which is both exciting and scary. But yeah, it's release day. I'm really excited. I honestly don't even know what to say. I'm just really happy that the book is finally out there and that people can read it. And yeah, it's obviously the trilogy finale, so I think, like I've said so many times before, this one is my favorite, and I'm just really excited for people to read it, and I hope that everyone likes it. It's very nerve-wracking but also exciting. I honestly don't have a lot going on today. I've just been having a very quiet, relaxed morning, to be honest, but I think I'm gonna make some breakfast now, and then I have a couple of other things to do. We'll have a proper catch-up chat session about the book and everything, and then I have to go to work in like an hour and a half. So let's make some breakfast. Well, technically it's brunch. Let's make some brunch, and then we will catch up and chat. I did get a little bit sidetracked talking to my best friend on the phone. I don't know if this is a good angle. Yeah, got a little bit sidetracked. So now I only have 15 minutes, about 15 minutes, to get ready for work. And I have to still do my makeup and get dressed and pack my bags and also make lunch for me to take with, because obviously I had a very late breakfast. But anyways, that's kind of irrelevant. So, Crown of Hearts. Nope, that's not the right one. Oh, Once Upon a Crown is officially out, and I still need to do all of the social media posts and stuff. I haven't actually gone around to doing that, but the link to the book will obviously be in the description. I think my dad told me there are a few reviews out already, but I don't actually like to read reviews of my book. It's low-key, he wants to come inside. And it's mostly just because I don't really want to see negative reviews of my book, and I obviously understand like that is that's just a really normal part of being an author. Not everyone is going to like what you write, and that's completely fine. It's such a subjective thing, but especially on publication day, obviously I don't want to read anything negative about my writing because I'm celebrating and I want to be happy about it. So I tend to avoid reviews, but yeah, there are a few reviews already from ARC readers and stuff, which is exciting. But also, before I leave, I need to remember to do the social media posts because I haven't gone around to that. I just feel like this is such a chill release day, because usually, you guys know if you've seen some of the other videos or vlogs, I usually like to make a bit of a fuss, and I like to like take myself out for breakfast or for coffee, and I go and buy flowers and I go and sit and read a little cafe or something. But the plan was for me and my mom to go out for brunch, and we probably would have done all of that. However, she did have a very important work meeting that she could not just bail out of, so she needed to be there. So we just decided to go out for brunch tomorrow instead. So I think we'll do the whole little coffee shop brunch date thing tomorrow morning. However, I do have dinner plans, which I'm really looking forward to. So I'm going out for dinner and I still have no idea what I'm gonna wear or any of that because it's winter. Like the weather, as you can see based on the lighting, is actually really nice today. I feel really lucky because it's been so like rainy and miserable and cloudy and cold, and it's not warm but the sun is shining, so the weather is actually decent. However, I think tonight it's going to be really cold and it might rain as well, so don't know what we're going to wear yet. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to dinner plans. I have a bottle of champagne in the fridge which I will pop later this evening, so we're just having a nice little chill release day, which is also nice. I like that. I think it's nice to go out and do like fun stuff and make a big fuss, but sometimes it's just, I really enjoyed the fact that I just slept in this morning. So also, completely different topic, I know it's Once Upon a Crown release day, but I'm still working on the outline for the first book in my new fantasy series. I wanted it to be finished like last week already, but I'm not getting around to it. I'm just making really slow progress. And yeah, I feel like I can't really say a lot about Once Upon a Crown because it's the final, it's in the trilogy, so it's like if you haven't read the first 2 books, everything that I say will be a spoiler. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this story turned out, and I think how the plot just went full circle and how everything was rounded off. I'm really happy with the ending of the story and all the characters and stuff. So I'm obviously, I feel like sometimes it's weird to talk about your work or your writing because you put so much effort into it, and like obviously I think it's good and I'm proud of the writing that I've done. That being said, I don't think I'm the best romantasy author ever, or that it's the best work of literary fiction out there, but I do think it's like a fun little relaxing romantasy to read because it's not too intense or complicated. It's a very like fast-paced, easy read romantasy series, so I think especially if you're getting into the genre, it's something that's fun and that can slowly like ease you into romantasy and fantasy and so forth. But yeah, I'm very happy with the book and how it turned out, and just how the characters have developed and how their stories progressed, and obviously the romance. Like I will tell you this, about the book. There is a side character romance because the first 2 books were both dual perspective from the main character and the male love interest. And in this book we have 4 different perspectives because we have a side character romance, which I am literally obsessed. Like I'm obsessed with these 2 characters. I honestly feel like it might be one of my favorite like romantic interests or like romantic stories that I have written. Obviously we still love our main characters and their relationship, but something about this romance, it just gets me. I'm so obsessed with it. So yeah, I do hope you guys like the story and how it all ends and comes together. But I very, very desperately, seriously need to get ready for work now. Making some decent progress on the outline. I feel like this is the first time probably since I started outlining where I've actually had like a really productive writing day. So we finished the outline for Act 2 and now I'm working on the outline for Act 3. So I've written all of the scenes on these little notes and I've just put them in order, and now I'm retyping it into my computer where I have the outline. I wouldn't say I'm like 100% happy with it yet. I do think that will probably change some scenes here and there. I also think definitely there's room to add more, but at this point I feel like I just need something to work from, and it's a good starting point. Like I have a good structure to work from. Obviously the more detailed the better, and the more that I can plan it the better, so I'm trying to be very detailed and specific. But yeah, at the same time I think I'm only going to get so far, and at some point I actually have to start drafting the novel. What's been going on with my time management lately, but I just feel like every single day I'm consistently rushing to get to work on time, or to get somewhere on time, and this is not working for me. I thought I had more time for some reason whilst I was getting ready this morning. I haven't even made my bed yet, but that's mostly because Loki's sitting there and I do not have the heart to move him. I have to leave for work in 6 minutes, but I thought I'd catch you up really quickly on what I've been doing this morning. So I finished the outline for my new fantasy novel, which I'm really excited about. Obviously I'm not, like I said, 100% happy with it yet. I do think that it still needs some work, and definitely maybe different pairs of eyes just to kind of, you know, see it from a different perspective, but we will get there when we get there. For now I have an outline, I have something to work with, and that's good. So the goal for today was to get pictures, or like inspiration pictures for characters, and can the camera focus? Thank you. For, I don't know what's been going on with my sinuses either. It's brutal out here. Anyways, I was looking for inspiration pictures for characters, and then also for the settings, because one of the things that I personally struggle most with is writing description. For some reason this is really difficult to me, because obviously I have an image in my head of what I think someone or something looks like, but putting it down on paper, I don't know, that's just something I really struggle with. So I decided for this book what I'm going to do is I'm going to print pictures of all the like main characters, or characters that show up most often, so that I have an easy way to describe them. So all of our little character inspo pictures, which is exciting. I'm quite happy with how most of them turned out. This is just something to work from. And I'm still getting pictures for the settings. I've got like, I want to say almost half of them done, but I'll probably have to do the rest after work. I honestly thought that it was only going to take me like 50 minutes to do like the characters, and maybe another 15 minutes for the settings. I don't know why I thought that, because like it takes a good while to find a visual representation of something that I kind of see in my mind, but I'm quite happy with how the characters turned out. So that is our plan for the day, is to get the settings done, or the pictures of the settings, so that I have something to help me describe when I am drafting. I also wanted to get started on the synopsis for book 2, because I'm not going to outline the entire series before I start drafting, but I do want to have a synopsis of what each book is going to be about, so that I have a direction that I'm writing in. And I've also discovered that like drafting this book while having like in the back of your mind where the story is going, even across the other books, it just kind of helps you, first of all, not create plot holes for yourself, and just, yeah, write with that in mind, so that it's going in that direction. You're dropping little hints here and there of what's coming up in the other books, or like the topics and themes that are going to arise, or the conflicts, or whatever it may be. I think it would be great if I can also get the synopsis done, but I don't want to be too unrealistic. But if I can get started on that today, I think that would be good. At the desk a few hours later. It's now 3 minutes past 5. I just got home from work and I'm currently printing out all of the settings and locations that I got my picture inspiration from, which is great. So that means the characters are done, the settings are done, and then I also got started on the synopsis for book 2. I didn't make much progress, if we're being honest, just because I'm still trying to figure out so many things, and I have all these ideas, but I don't really have them organized in my mind yet. So I think that will be tomorrow's problem or on tomorrow's to-do list. But I did manage to get started on the synopsis. So I'm just going to finish printing the settings, and I'm going to put it, I've made a little folder with everything that I've basically typed and printed for this book so far. We're making progress, it's slow. I do have to say, however, the fact that I'm actually seeing visual representations of the world and everything, it just feels like it's all coming together, and just seeing the inspiration for the settings, it's just making me really excited and hyped for this book. So I think the printing is done. I'm gonna go get it. Yeah, I'm really excited for this new fantasy series. It's going to be different from the Twisted Crown trilogy. It's going to be much more high fantasy and just, I don't know, more in every sense, hopefully in all the good ways. So yeah, we've got our setting inspo. I'm just going to get ready for the evening and just have a nice relaxed time with my friends, and then tomorrow we will tackle book 2. I think book 2 might be the one that I'm most excited for so far. This is just the build-up. Book 1 is just the build-up. Book 2 is where it starts getting good, so I'm really excited to get started on book 2. Just got back from work and running all my errands, and now I'm going to head out to the gym for probably, how much time do I have? I have plans at 7, so it's now 5. I have about an hour, maybe just a little bit less than an hour. So we're gonna do a workout. I'm gonna come back and have dinner. This is not a great angle. I'm gonna come back and have dinner, and then I still have a little bit of work to do. So I've been working on the summaries for book 4 and 5 in the series, and we've made some very good we've made some good progress. I think overall I'm quite happy with everything that I've written so far. Relatively happy. It's not fantastic, change your life, incredible, but I have something to work with, which is a start, so that's great. Have to print all of my summaries. That's the goal for today. Have a few other things to take care of before my plans, and then after that I should be home just after 9, which is not that late. Like, that's usually the time I want to settle in, you know, start getting ready for bed. But since I don't have work tomorrow and I don't have to wake up early, I feel like maybe we can stay up a little bit later. See, if we're not working, then we're going to be reading. So either way, we can hang out together. But I need to get going because, once again, I'm late. And I'm probably going to be late for my plans at 7 as well. Today is just, it's just one of those days. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to head out. Have to leave in less than 20 minutes. Before I do though, I quickly want to print out all of the summaries that I've done for the series so far, and then yeah, I think that'll be everything off of my to-do list today, which is not bad. We have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Anyways, I'm gonna go and grab dinner and then get ready to leave. Loki's not having the winter weather because he can't go outside when it's raining all the time. Anyways, it is Thursday morning now, and I'm gonna end off this vlog here because it needs to end, and we need to start a new vlog because today I'm going to start drafting the new series, which I'm really excited about and still freaking out about and intimidated by, but that will be a separate vlog. However, before I go, I quickly just want to kind of summarize what I've been doing in the past few weeks, and yeah, just everything that I've done planning wise before I start drafting the series. First, I actually need to staple this. I'll do that in a second. I have my world building and history of the kingdom. I mean, it's only 2 pages, so it's not like super detailed, but I think it covers most of the basic stuff, which is good. So we have that. Then I have book 1, the summary for that. Okay, I need to staple that as well, so we're going to put that to the side. Then I have all of the main characters and side characters, like the important side characters for book 1, and like 1 or 2 characters that are very important much later in the series. I think once I actually start outlining book 2 to 5, I'll make another one of these for all of the main characters and side characters within that book, because we're going to meet obviously a lot of new characters throughout this series. Then I have a character sheet with character sheet for the love interest. I have one for the main character. I don't know if I'm going to make more of them for some of the other big characters. That could be helpful, but at this point I don't see that as super necessary, especially when I actually just need to start drafting the book. Then we have like my little outline sticky note things, so I'm just going to put it to the side. We have book 2, the synopsis. We have the summary. We have one for book 3. We have one for book 4. Where's the one for book 5? And there's the one for book 5. So we've got all of our summaries. These are the rough draft summaries that I just wrote by hand, so I'm going to chuck those. I have more sticky notes from book 1 when I was outlining. I love looking at these pictures. I have pictures of the characters, or the character inspiration for book 1 so far. So I just love being able to visualize the story. And then I also have one for the setting. So actually, no wait, there's another one. So if you're wondering about the aesthetic of the book or the series, well, yeah, let's say book 1, the aesthetic for book 1. This is what we're looking at. I think once again, I'll do something similar when I outline and work and draft book 2 to 5. So that's everything that we've got going on planning wise for this book. I don't know if I'm going to cut these out and like put them on the wall, you know, in front of my desk, or what the plan is with that yet. I think for now we've planned more than I have ever planned any book or series in my life. So I think it's a good starting point, and I can start drafting book 1, and I have a lot to work with. I have the plans, the plot for the future books in mind, so as I'm writing I can keep that in the back of my head. I have things to reference back to when it comes to the characters and the settings and the history and the magic and all of that, and the kingdom, the world building. And then I have references or ideas for visuals, for characters, and for settings. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we have relatively successfully planned my new fantasy series. I'm gonna upload this footage to my computer. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and wish me luck on drafting this new series because no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me and I will see you soon. Bye!